everybody, it's Emily and this is Emmylou Arts, and today I'm going to give you a walkthrough of something that's really personal to me, and it's my goal planner for 2021. So if you are interested in learning how to set goals, but you're cheap like me and you don't want to buy a specific planner, then keep on watching because I have all the answers for you. And I'm out of breath because I just ran up the stairs from changing the laundry. But don't leave. I'm not dying. Okay, so I know we have all seen 1001 videos on different goal planners out on the tubes. I'm still out of breath. This does not bode well for my goal. But I have been working out. No, I didn't want to invest in a giant specific goal planner just because I didn't want to spend that money. I didn't particularly like any of the goal planners out there. I mean, just aesthetically wise, because I'm a picky bitch. Just a second.
Okay. If I haven't lost you by now.
So I Googled free goal planning printable. Honestly, I did. I know there's got to be a cheaper way out there, and I know someone out there is teaching people how to set goals for free. So, not to say that all of those planners aren't fantastic and valid and wonderful. This is just a different option for you. You don't have to spend any money, or if you have an extra notebook laying around, I'm sure none of you do, then you can make your own. This year I had this A6 Hobonichi Hobonichi Techo A6 Avec version that I was going to use for a journal, but then I decided to go back to my A5, and so I had this little beauty, and she needed a purpose, and I needed a purpose in the greater scheme of things. So I decided to set some goals. So that's where we're at right now. The focus of this is basically this gem that I found for free online at 101planners.com. I will put the link down below in the description box to this printable. This was completely free, and it's incredible, you guys. This will walk you through how to set goals and achieve them. I am not affiliated with this company, this website, I don't know them. I just use this and I liked it, so I'm sharing it with you guys. Like I said, it's free. So I printed this out and I just decided to go through it and see what I thought. So it's like a true little book here. I mean, you could like bind this and this could be your goal planner. So I did fill this out myself, and not like, you know, extensively, but I used it to brainstorm and to learn how to do this. So basically it has you start with narrowing down any problem areas or areas that you think you could grow in any of these. And I guess my suggestion would be to pick one or two. You can't ride two horses with one ass. It just has you get a general picture of things you might want to look at, and then what it would look like in an ideal situation. And then just scribble out some goals for those things, just general, just anything. And there's reasons I want to achieve my goals. Like I said, I didn't do this entire thing, but I did use it to help me. I'm sure you guys have learned about SMART goals. So setting something that is, a SMART goal is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. And so you take the goal that you set and you write it here, and then you figure out a way to make it more specific, how you can measure it. Is it like achievable, however you define that, realistic and timely? And so then you kind of start to revise this goal and make it a little bit more smart. And then you work into the brainstorming of how you could accomplish this goal. This basically just filters you down into more and more specifics. So you come up with a SMART goal, which has, you know, a measurable, achievable time, And then you need to separate that out and date it into smaller chunks. You set a mini goal and you have a due date. So instead of saying, I want to lose 20 pounds by June 1st, you could say, I want to lose 5 pounds by January 30th, and I want to lose another 5 pounds by February 28th, or whatever. And then you come up with your action items, which are things that are required to reach your goal. And this is the piece that I've always been missing in goal setting, is planning out the action items. And it's exactly what will help you achieve the goal. It seems so simple when you talk about it, but then I've never done it. And this is where my notebook comes in. You have your SMART goal, which is something that has a time and is achievable and measurable. And I would say the most important thing is measurable in some sort of capacity. You can measure this. And I feel like you can measure even things that aren't like tangible. If your goal was to strengthen the relationship you had with your children, if that was your initial goal, then you could come up with action items like, I'm going to go out to lunch with them 2 times a month. So my action item is out to lunch with Henry 2 times in 30 days. And my due date would be, I set up my goals by month. Your other action item could be have dinner with the family 5 out of 7 nights a week. So that's another thing that is, and then your another action item could be spend 10 minutes before bed making sure I check in with my child and talk about their day, or ask them if they had a good day, like put a focus on that. And it's another thing that's measurable. Like, not every night. Sometimes it just doesn't work. You're working, or they're reading or working or doing homework, but maybe 4 out of 7 nights a week, you make sure to check in. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are action items. So they're not the goal, but they're the items that you are tracking that will get you to this goal. This is where I'm going to go into how I am tracking this. And basically it just has multiple of these SMART goals that you can set, these pages. And then in the end, it has calendars for you to move your action items into a little calendar that's undated for you. So it's got multiple of those. I mean, this is such a handy little thing. I have a piece of washi tape on it. And then it has this little checklist, like, of your tasks in your due date. And it reminds you, like, if a task does not align directly with your goals, it's merely a distraction. So delete the task. It really just brings together the idea of the action items being what you track. And this might seem so basic to you guys, but I've never looked at it this way. I've never been taught to set goals this way. And it really does make it more attainable. So this is my goal planner, my little A6. And I had decorated this with you guys, you saw. My main goals were around my YouTube growth and my health, my personal health and wellness. Because when that is aligned, it radiates out into my whole life. My relationships with my husband and my children become better, and it just has such an effect on my overall life that I know that is the basis for what I need to focus a lot of my energy on. There's a flipping to a new year little section here, turning to a new year. This is a double page spread. And I had written this out in another notebook, but I had just torn it out of that notebook and then tipped it in right here. And this is where January starts. And these tabs are from a Carpe Diem tab book from Hobby Lobby. And I just think they're so colorful and cute. And then this is from Sugar and Sloth. It came in the last Tiny Party sub box, and I just thought it was the perfect message, like, going forward. My 6-month plan, SMART goal number 1 was weight loss and fitness. And then I broke it into mini goals. And then these action items, which were those tasks that I was going to focus on that were measurable to get me to that goal. And I made them measurable by breaking them up into how many times a week and then a month I was going to do these specific things that would carry me towards this larger goal. So eating less than or equal to 1,800 calories, 6 out of 7 days a week, or 28 out of 31 days a month. And that's excluding my exercise. So if I run or walk, that is also included. So I'm getting plenty of calories. Intermittent fasting, at least 14 hours. I was going to try at least 14 hours, 6 out of 7 days a week, and then 0 binge episodes. Like for me, sometimes I can just get out of control with my eating, and a lot of it has to do with sugar. And to me, that meant like feeling out of control in what I was eating. So, I mean, I've had days where I've certainly gone over my calories, but they weren't binge episodes. I wasn't out of control in my eating. I was just hungry that day, hungrier. And so these are not related. You know what I mean? This is, I know when I've gotten to that place that's out of control. And then greater than or equal to 30 minutes of physical activity, 5 out of 7 days a week. And for me, that's anything. That's shoveling, that's walking on the treadmill. It's not always running or doing some sort of like high intensity. It's just physical activity, going out for a walk with my kids. Anything that has got me moving, I consider a win, and I consider physical activity. And then these were the rest of my mini goals. And I knew that these were adjustable, because I might be happy at another point. I might be happy when I reach 150 pounds or 145 pounds. It's not really, it was just a layout for the next 6 months. My YouTube, so my January action items, so that was my larger goal, was 10,000 subs by June 1st. And then my action items were the tasks that were going to get me there. Upload at least 10 videos a month, so 10 out of 31 days. I wanted to make sure these were realistic. And that's the thing, is you can't say, I'm going to upload every single day, because I didn't want this to be something where I burned out and thought, I can't do this 100%, so I'm not going to do it at all. I wanted to set low expectations that I could maintain. And if I wanted to go above that, then I could. And this is where this tracker came in, was tracking like how many times I uploaded. And I just thought it was interesting to track the sub numbers in correlation to like when I hit that mark, in correlation to like how much I'm uploading. I know they have all of those statistics on YouTube, but I can't understand them. So basically this is the main piece of the tracker. And then also the other main piece of how I'm tracking is using the monthly. This is how I'm tracking my action items. So I turned my monthly calendar into a action item tracker. So I have all my action items, and I have them color coded with my Mildliners, which I just keep right here. And then I obviously make a mark if I've completed them for that day. So I have my action items listed down here, which will hopefully bring me, closer to my mini goal. And then at the end, I will add up how many days out of the month I actually did those things, because my mini goals were, at least 5 times a week or 6 times a week or whatever I had set those at. Here is February. I just have some washi tape on there. And this has been a big part of I guess what was lacking before, is the actual tracking of the action items that will bring you closer to that goal. So I started in January, and I have used a lot of stickers just because I love them and I think they're fun and cute. And my dailies, I use to make a to-do list of things that are related to my goals. So goal-focused to-dos. A lot of that is YouTube based. There is a lot of to-dos associated with YouTube, like editing and uploading, and And that's stuff that I don't write in my Hobonichi weeks because it's a lot of things to list out, and it really has to do with this goal. So I put it in here. And a lot of times, like what I've been doing in my Hobonichi weeks is I just put a tracker on the week that says tracking, and which means that I have come over to this planner and I've done my tracking for that day. It's not in my Hobonichi weeks, but I've done it over here. So they are tied together like that. And then I've been keeping track of like my exercise, my movement for the week. This has kind of changed, but the one thing that has stayed consistent is I'd written what time I wake up in the morning, and then I had decided that I wanted to start tracking my time. I can be lazy sometimes, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to be lazy. Sometimes it's self-care. But I would just kind of waste away the hours, you know, watching YouTube or doing whatever. So I just wanted to have a way to look at how I was spending my time. In the beginning, I kind of wrote what I was doing, and then I just am using the colors. And then I thought it's kind of interesting to see what colors pop up more and more or go away more and more, you know, throughout this whole thing. So I had come up with things that I usually do during the day, and it's not everything, but basically I have different colors of tombos that I use to record those different activities. It's been really interesting to me, and I feel like it has kept me accountable for at least knowing what I'm doing with my time. Like, you know, I was obviously working this weekend, so those were those big orange splotches. And so week by week, I set it up with a little place to record my time tracking over here, a to-do list over here, and then it's just kind of decoration, really. Not every week do I have a tracker like this, but if I have the stickers, then I do it. This current week is a sticker kit from kglamco.com. Dreamer Tiny Kit. Someone sent me this and I thought it was so sweet, and so I just used it for this. And then I had some extra boxes and to-do headers from an old Shine Sticker Studio, the Tiffany's kit. And so I used, the colors really worked with this, so I used that too. And the stickers are not necessary, neither is the washi tape, but I love it. I love setting it up and getting excited about using it. So this is the current week that I'm on. And this is where I can keep track of how I'm working towards those action items, or things that I need to do to achieve the action items that will ultimately help me achieve my goals. So do you see how it's that funneling down of things, making it more and more specific into the way that you will go about doing something? I hope this helped you guys and gave you an idea of how you could set some goals or just think about goal setting in general. I am really happy with this so far, and I'm excited to come to the end of the month and see how I've done. Even if I haven't reached the exact goal that I set for myself, I know I'm a lot closer than I was, and I know that these action items have led me into healthier behaviors and healthier patterns. I'm happy with that, and I will continue on the path. If you guys have any questions about my little goal planner, goal journal, please let me know. Otherwise, I will link this 101planners.com below, and I highly recommend working through it and seeing. It's interesting to see what comes up, and we can always, you know, have a use for another notebook. I really hope this helped you guys and that inspires you to take a look at the actions you could be taking to bring you closer to something that you desire. I will talk to you guys again soon, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in a message or in the comments, and I appreciate you guys. Bye!